hiding or ignoring it isn't going to help. Like if you are the person when you open your bank account, like it's painful and you're scared, this is your wake-up call. This is your wake-up call to get on YouTube and start watching. Hey there, my handsome and pretty little Cobras, and welcome back to the Cobra's Nest. So for those of you who are new, my name is Mignon Cobra, and I make minimalism videos and videos on intentional living. So if that sounds good to you, you can definitely check out the rest of my channel or hit the subscribe button for more minimalism and intentional living. So yeah, today's video is talking about the new year and how you can use minimalism to do less. I think that we tend to overwhelm ourselves on the new year by like stacking our plate with this, that, and the third of all the things we want to accomplish and get nothing done because it's just way too many things on your roster. So today's video is going to be how to declutter your New Year's resolution to like actually focus on the more important things in life. I got 6 things that I want to talk about that I think could kind of help my little Cobra babies out. If you're feeling overwhelmed and thinking you need to do this, that, it's like, no, relax. For this new year, we're going to focus on doing less. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. Let's get it. Let's go. Woo! Okay, so the first thing we want to talk about is vision boarding. I know that not everyone is a fan of the law of manifestation. I know not everybody believes in that. And like, I totally get that. Let's be for real. Sometimes we make these ridiculous boards and a lot of it didn't come true. Like, let's be for real. Like, who hasn't done that? I'm guilty of that. I used to write like 1 million subscribers on my boards. I think I had like all of like 400 subbies. Like, so I get it. But with that being said, though, there are things on my vision boards that I really thought were impossible that actually did end up coming true. And when I look back in hindsight, I'm like, I can't believe I wished that. And like, it really did come true. So I do still think it would be healthy to create a board of things that you would like to live. You can kind of think of this as like your ideal life, things that if you did have them, your life would be so much better, and kind of work towards them. I think a lot of us have seen those instructions for vision boards where it's like, it's not going to come true unless you put in the work. And like, that is so true. It really won't come true unless you put in the work. But regardless, I think that create a vision board and maybe pick like 4 or 5 things that you really would like to come true and create that, because like, nobody lives forever. This isn't a rehearsal. This isn't a dress rehearsal. Your life is your life. So you should live it with intention, and you should go shamelessly towards your goals, because honestly, it's your life. Like, you deserve to live your best life. So like, let's create a vision board and be shameless and ask for the things that we've always wanted to ask for. Okay, so coming in at number 2, so eat healthy. I cannot stress how important it is to take care of your health, especially as you get older. When you're younger, you can kind of get away with eating, crap and still being okay the next day. But as you get older, you really start to cherish and appreciate health. Somebody who moves a lot, I've realized that the only constant home I had was my body. Like, I could live in this home, live in that home, but the only home I really did take with me everywhere was actually being healthy. So I think this is your sign this year, if nothing else. If there's nothing else on this list, to be honest, that you should focus on, it should be your health. Like, there's nothing more precious than your health. Steve Jobs once said, and I'm paraphrasing here, I don't know the exact words, but he was like, even though I have millions in the bank, I couldn't pay someone to take my illness away. So you really don't understand how precious your health is until you don't have it anymore. So I think this is your year to, eat a little better, eat a little bit less processed, start working out, find something that makes you feel, motivated to like feel better in your body, eat better for your body, for yourself. And it's not for an aesthetic necessarily, but really truly for the sake of health. And it isn't until you do it for the sake of health that you realize how precious eating well is. It should never be for an aesthetic, because how you feel on the inside is the most important thing. Okay, coming in at number 3, get your money in order. So if number 2 tip about being healthy was the most important thing, the second most important thing is getting your money in order. Nothing is going to give you peace of mind the way that getting your money in order will. So this could be considering maybe getting a different job, maybe asking for that promotion, picking up a side hustle, maybe not being stupid with the money that you do earn, maybe consider consolidating some of your debts, paying down some of your debts, maybe really look into investing for the first time. Like, there's a lot of things that you can do to get your money in order. Like, unless you're perfect and you're hitting all your financial goals and like you're good to go, then yeah, don't listen to this advice. But if that's not you, and we can always do better, like, let's be for real, we can always do better, I really do consider getting your money in order. And it doesn't have to be difficult, and especially if it's a pain point for you, hiding or ignoring it isn't going to help. Like, if you are the person when you open your bank account, like, it's painful and you're scared, this is your wake-up call. This is your wake-up call to get on YouTube and start watching these debt reduction type of videos. Like, you really need to get your finances in order. I cannot tell you how amazing it feels to not only not have student debt and not be at zero, but to actually have a very substantial net worth. Like, I sleep like a baby. When I do business transactions, I have high leverage because I can tell people where to go because I'm not scared and I'm not worried because money backs me up at the end of the day. So I would love that for my Cobra babies. I would love for you to feel comfortable. I would love for you to have options. I would love for you to live in a world of abundance. And so because of that, I think you need to get your money in order. Figure out who do you owe, what money to who, what kind of jobs you need to take on, how can you increase your income, how can you lower your expenses, should you consider a low buy, a no buy, which actually brings us into point 4. So money aside, from a minimalism perspective, this is definitely your year to consider doing a no buy or a low buy, depending on your comfort level with restriction, with your comfort level with discipline. If you've never done a low buy, I wouldn't recommend going directly into a no buy, but definitely getting your feet wet and maybe consider doing a couple months, like a 1 month, a 2 month no buy. Don't go for a 1 year no buy when you've never done a no buy. Like, baby steps here. Like, let's be reasonable, let's be realistic. I would consider doing a no buy or a low buy for a couple months, tracking it, keeping yourself accountable, either journaling it, maybe posting it on YouTube, creating an Instagram community. There's a lot of things you can do to hold yourself accountable, because honestly, beyond like a roof over your head and like a couple clothes on your back and food in your stomach, there's very few things that are essential. Like, you really don't need another iPad. Like, you really don't need another pair of Sambas. Like, you don't need a 7th pair of Crocs. You don't need to get your hair highlighted and foiled. You don't need that balayage. You don't need to get your nails done. You don't need any of those things. Like, those are nice to have. But if you are not, as I mentioned in the previous points, financially stable, financially abundant, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? None of those things are going to comfort you. You're going to look at your nails and cry as your fingernails open your app and you're like, what am I doing? Like, I don't understand the logic. Like, I don't. So I'm saying this with love. You need to consider doing a no buy, a low buy if you're not doing financially well this year. And it's not a forever. You can reward yourself with a little sum at the end. Like, I have a very big goodie that I'll be buying at the end of this year if I hit my financial goals. And that really motivates me. And I hope that you could do something similar like that for yourself as well. Maybe you've been thinking of upgrading your makeup bag, or there's a luxury purse you've been wanting to buy. You can buy it if you hit your financial goals. Like, no one's saying you can't have those things, but use it as a carrot to motivate yourself for better financial behavior. Okay, coming in at number 5, declutter. So unless you are an extreme minimalist and you're already in a deficit, I don't recommend this tip for you. But if you are definitely a regular schmegular individual, I think decluttering would be something that would be really good for your mental health. It is time to let go of ratty clothes. It is time to let clothes go that have holes in them, clothes that your ex gifted you and he's toxic. Like, why are we still constantly reminding ourselves of him? Let these things go. Let all the hundreds of thousands of terabytes of pictures on your iPhone, let that go. Clean out your iPad, clean out your phone, clean out your laptop, clean out your Gmail. Like, there's a lot of places and a lot of things you could do to help clean up, because living in clutter, it's not doing you any favors. It's not good for your mental health. Not to mention, how much time do we waste looking for things? Like, it's like, if you've ever experienced extreme minimalism, owning very little is very liberating. You think you own your stuff, but the more stuff you own, the more your stuff owns you. So this is your sign to start decluttering. You can start with a certain category. You could start with like maybe clothes, or maybe makeup, or maybe paperwork. Find an area that you think would make you feel more motivated to keep going, and I would continue on with that. Maybe start with your closet. Like, that is a nice place to start. That's personal. No one's judging you. No one's going to see your closet except you, so that would be a good place to start. And then the 6th thing that I would recommend for a year of doing less is actually doing less. And that includes meditation. When you're in the zone, when you are in Zen, you are not doing anything. You are doing nothing. Like Zazen, in Dogen's words, Zen is good for nothing. So in this hyper-productive culture that is the Western ideology, we are pushed to be productive, to do more, to be more. And I think that minimalism is probably the only community that celebrates you, maybe Buddhism too, that celebrates you for embracing less. It is okay to exist and not be producing something or doing something for someone or working and earning money. It's okay to just sit in lotus position and be alone with your damn thoughts. A lot of people cannot stand their own thoughts, which is an indicator that you're not well up here. You really need to clean that out, declutter that out. So while you can declutter your physical possessions, nothing is going to free you the way that decluttering your mental paradigms will. So this can involve journaling, meditating, setting your phone for like 10 minutes, sitting there in zazen and just meditate, just hear your thoughts and understand that your thoughts are just clouds in the sky and do not change the nature of the sky. I would recommend 101 koans or Zen poems. They're short little stories that teach you like insane life lessons. I was like, I can't believe monks figure out some of the more obvious solutions to some of our, sedentary life problems. They have great like life stories. I have a couple on my channel if you guys want to check it out. Just go to my channel and type in koans. It's spelled Koen if you'd like to hear a couple of them that I think are the best and have really changed my life. You can definitely check that out. But if not, no worries. Just literally you can download 101 like koans or Zen poems if you want to check it out for yourself. And I would highly, highly, highly recommend taking up Zen, meditating, and just kind of like learning how to let go of your anger, your pain, your ego, your hatred. Like that stuff is making you sick. So it is time to let it go and make 2025 the lightest emotionally fulfilled year ever. So I hope that you guys could have enjoyed this video of doing less, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.